Hey tasters, have you heard of Ophthalmo grape variety? I don't think you have. This was a fast disappearing grape variety, but a few wine heroes are now reviving it. Meet Marinos Ioannou, the owner of Nelion Winery and the producer of what might be the only Ophthalmo monovarietal wine in the world. If you know of another example, please leave a comment below. I would love to try it.
Me too.
So, here are my fast 5 facts. What does Ophthalmo wine taste like? Wine fact number 1. Ophthalmo is a red-skinned grape variety native to the island of Cyprus. It was traditionally planted amongst the more prolific Mavro grapes and is currently in decline. Marino, how many hectares of Ophthalmo grapes are currently planted in Cyprus?
Right now there are probably about 80 hectares in the whole island.
And is Ophthalmo now still planted amongst other varieties, or does it have its own vineyards?
At least for what we are producing right here, it's in their own vineyards.
Ophthalmo fact 2. Ophthalmo means eye in classical Greek. That's why when you need prescription glasses, you go to the ophthalmologist. So, Marino, why is this grape called Ophthalmo?
Probably the reason that it's called Ophthalmo is because a whole bunch of red grapes, there are 1, 2 or 3 grapes that they don't mature with the others and they stay green.
So it looks like you have a little eye poking
Yes.
out of the... Okay. And this is why I come and meet the winemakers, tasters, because when I looked this up online, the most plausible explanation that I could find was that it took the name from the fact that the grapes are perfectly round and look like eyeballs. Fact 3. What are the most notable growing regions for Ophthalmo, and is there a difference between the terroir?
Since you said that it was planted spread in Mavro vineyards, so I cannot say.
It's so rare that we don't really have enough information, and Mavro was grown everywhere in Cyprus. Fact number 4. In your experience, Marino, what are the challenges that Ophthalmo presents in the vineyard?
Okay, in the vineyard it should be cultivated more so that we can have more facts about the cultivation of Ophthalmo. After that, I can say that it's a very good variety to cultivate in the vineyard. It might need a bit more irrigation than other Cypriot varieties. Ophthalmo had 2 clones. The one that had bigger grapes and that they don't mature that good, and a lot more grapes there stay green and not enough color. And the one that we are using, the small berries, a dark red color, which is more suitable for wine making. And that's why we get into the winemaking of Ophthalmo, because we found a vineyard that was only with that clone, let's say.
That's very interesting. So that might explain some of the contradictory information out there. There's not a lot of it, and some of it is conflicting, so there might be 2 clones. Wine fact number 5, my favorite. What does Ophthalmo taste like? Let's find out. Okay, so this is light color, I can see, but not so light.
Okay, the color is up to the winemaking techniques. If at the beginning I was producing a very light Ophthalmo, but the last few years, seeing the needs of the market, the needs of the consumer and the likes of the consumers, I'm trying to make it a more darker and more full-bodied as a wine. Okay, yes, usually the characteristics of the aromas that I get from Ophthalmo, from the fermentation, it's a lot of guava fruit, which is not very usual for red wines. Fresh cut grass, wet hay, or the aromas of the Arizos Valley. That's why we also named the wine as the Arizos Valley.
The Arizos is a river.
The Arizos is the river over here, and the valley.
Just across the winery is the big valley the Arizos River goes through, and this smells like the valley.
The pine trees.
Yes, crushed pine needles, and there is actually enough acidity here. Would you say that this could be aged for more than a couple of years?
Okay, it's a very young wine. This one is a 2017 vintage. Spends about 10 months in oak barrels. It's bottled only for 2 months now. This one can for sure mature for 5 more years.
What food would you pair with this wine?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti bolognese, yes.
Spaghetti bolognese, pizza. It's and that's because also it reminds me of the Tuscany wines. This one, the Opthalmo, what brings me Sangiovese aromas. That's why it's also you can pair it with lighter red meat, not the heavy stuff. Chicken, grilled chicken with pesto.
Aha! Okay, yes, and that would bring out the green notes very well. Yes, but I'm very excited. I might try this tonight. Ophthalmo's gentle nature means that quite often it is used in blends, and it's blended with more structured wines, more tannic wines, like the other local wine Maratheftico or the international heavyweight Cabernet Sauvignon. However, local producers such as Marinos increasingly believe that Ophthalmo should be given a chance to shine as a monovarietal wine. Having tasted this beautiful example, I'm inclined to agree. So, Marinos, one last question. If any viewers want to buy this unique Ophthalmo wine, where can they find it? Where should they go?
They can find it here at the winery with a visit, or in wine shops around Cyprus.
Tasters, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and hit the red subscribe button to subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Cheers!
Cheers!